Good afternoon, it's Jerry and I'm checking in for a garden update. Alright, so we're out back and it's kind of a, I don't know, typical winter day for some people. Not so typical here in Arizona, but that's the day that it is. I just want to give you a quick tour of the garden and then we're going to go inside and I'm going to catch you up on where I'm at in getting my garden planned for the spring. Something I have to show you first off is our beautiful cosmos that has bloomed this week, and there's lots of other flower heads here getting really ready to develop, so it's pretty exciting to see all of these come along. All these flowers are looking nice. So this is going to be a really inviting place for the bees here soon. This is, what is this? I believe this is a broccoli. Yep, this is a broccoli, and this is the Brussels sprout, and then we're going to follow the line of the peas all the way up above my head. And that's how tall they are. And right there we've got peas all over, and we're actually gonna have a stir fry tonight, kind of with beef and broccoli and some brown rice and cabbage, so we will throw those in there. So we're gonna kind of go backwards today. The strawberries, I don't know what's going on. I think they need more sun, and my husband keeps wanting them to stay over here. This crazy little volunteer garden is having its fun time. So the carrots, we're not seeing a lot of super duper stuff going on here with the carrots, but once the sun gets stronger, then maybe they will get happier. And oh look, I put some spinach in and I forgot to cover this up from the birds, but these are all little spinach plants that I put in that will be coming along soon, but I might need to get those covered up. I think, yeah, this is a Brussels sprout that's coming along nicely. This pepper plant is just really, to me, looking awful, and I believe it will die soon at the hands of me. Okay, so this green bean, I believe, has no more green beans on it. I think that I've seen the end of green beans for this time of the year. I'm going to try them again in the summer, springtime, but at this point I'm getting ready to pull these green beans. And look at this. This is just getting bigger and bigger, and I don't know if this is all of this does, but I'm excited to see if it does something else. That looks like a volunteer tomato there. That's crazy. That's kind of doing and there's lots of other tomatoey looking things over there too, and lots of bell peppers that I gotta come in here and pick off, and then we're gonna get rid of this plant because it's been getting too cold and it's really suffering. I mean, look at that. That's just not fair to anybody to have to keep living like that. So I think I'm probably gonna harvest all those off and then I'm gonna kill it. Okay, so now we're gonna run over here and we're gonna check out the rest of the garden before we go inside. Okay, so my cabbages and broccoli up here. Is this a broccoli? No. Yeah, that's a cabbage, that's a broccoli, and that's a cabbage. I really think that this has got to start forming a head soon. That color over there is kind of doing funky. All those basil and summer plants got pulled out, and there's lots and lots of spinach. So anywhere you see like a little green seedling, that's all spinach. And this collard is looking lovely. Like I could get some of that and saute it or put it in a smoothie. Over here, the kitchen celery is looking really nice. It did real well in its transplant, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. The showboat over here is still just looking beautiful. This is about a week out since its last cut, and look at that dill. Man, I really need to get some of that dill off and get it drying. There's still also, you see down in there, spinach that is looking to get its chance. Look at all that cilantro. I'm gonna cut some of this kale off and take it in and freeze it because there's a lot of kale down there in the bottom that will start coming up if it could get some more light. And something's been eating on this, but it's not eating on anything else, so we've been kind of letting it sacrifice, and they're both coming back, so there you go. And garlic is just looking really beautiful. That looks really thick down there. And so this is just beautiful, you know, beautiful little salad garden going on here in the pool. And these carrots look awesome. I mean, this is probably the best looking carrots I've ever had. The spinach over here is really doing its work to compete with the carrots, but they're all getting along really good because they are, you know, the carrots are thinner tops and the spinach is going to get some room. And I need to start taking some cuts of the spinach so it will really start bushing out. So that's what's going on in the backyard, and now I'm going to take you inside and I'm going to catch you up with what's going on with my planting and my seeds. So check you real soon. Okay, so we're back inside and I'm going to bring you up to speed with the planting that I've got going on here with my seeds. I got all my seeds organized today in groups of kind of likeness or similarity. Like I put all my tomatoes and peppers together, all my beans together, all my carrots together, and then I put together the different seasons that I've got. So I'll show you what I've got here. So right here, this is a summer, this is a summer, and this is all winter and fall seeds. This is legacy seeds that I've got. This is something I used to kind of scoop and shove seeds around. I made a list today of all the things that I've got for tomatoes and the squash cucumber family, peppers, because this kind of helped me get cued into the planning that I was going to do over here. So I used all my calendars. This, okay, I've got to show you this real quick. So I've got this big tray that I've actually, I don't think I've ever really used it. And I had a bunch of these packs, and one of them, I think this one had been cut off a little bit. But since I've got these, I've decided to use them and see how they work. I know that a lot of people do use them. So I took this and I made a diagram here on this pad that matches up to all the little pods that I've got going over there. So this is mostly tomatoes. This is mostly stuff that I'm gonna succession plant for the fall, all the way up to here. So I've got more broccoli, more cauliflower, and then a little bit of basil, and there's some cauliflower. Over here I've got my peppers, and then over here these are my squashes. So all of this is going to start first, and then in a week or so I'm going to get these, because these are actually going to be going in the 1st of March, whereas all of this stuff right here is going to drop into the garden last week of February, 1st week of March, but still these are kind of going to go in a little bit later, so they'll get planted last. And then as you see, I've been working on getting my beds organized. So anything that is underneath the slashes is either in that bed now, I'm about to put it in that bed, or, you know, that's what it is. It's either going to be that, and that's how it's going to transition through the season. So this green, in like April or something, I'm going to put okra in here, but these green beans will already be here. And by the time the okra gets really crazy, the green beans will be done. And then bed 2 is mostly going to be kind of like my squash vining trellis bed. And then in bed 3, I'm going to do some anazi beans all across here, tomatillas, and some jalapenos. And I haven't quite decided what I'm going to fill in here. Then with my buckets, I've got all my tomatoes organized there with the plants that I'm going to grow, the 10 tomatoes that I'm going to grow for myself. These are, I want to try and grow some squash and some cucumber in buckets, and I'm going to put some other, obviously some peppers in some buckets. So that's that plan there. Everything is coming right along, and I'm excited to go ahead and get these starts going. I can kind of, I'll take you in the kitchen real quick and show you like where everything is gonna kind of hang out once we get it planted. And so I'll give you a shot of that. Up here is where I'm gonna put, see, this is the lid to that Jiffy tray. It's gonna go right here. And then once things start moving into solo cups, they'll come into this area. And then I've got to find some containers to put those in. And I've got more seed packs outside. So this is where everything will eventually end up. And I'm probably going to put a heating pad up here and then get that tray set up and just let everything jump off. So thanks so much for checking in with us today. I hope you have the best day ever, and I'll talk to you next week.